He said, two placentas. I looked at my husband. My husband looked at me. My husband said, maybe it's hidden. And the woman just did the screen one kind. She was like, well, it's not hidden, it's very visible. So, guys, welcome to another episode of Lifestyle with Coco. I hope you've been enjoying the previous episodes. And on this one, I'm going to continue the story of the twin pregnancy and then finding out we had the TTTS thing up until the last scan prior to my delivery. You know, I was scheduled to have a cesarean session. Hey, I must have this part. Mama Sherry, sorry I am about to drag you into this, but this part cannot go without me mentioning my mom's reaction when I said I was going to have CS. You guys know the story now. It's common. It's everywhere. Mom was like, hey, Phoebe, you don't go born by oppression in Jesus' name. You go born normal. You go carry the baby like Hebrew woman. Mommy, Hebrew woman that make me and my babies they okay. We come out to a Hebrew woman and say, I do VB, vaginal birth, so I do CS. I make me and my baby do okay. My mama just did pray. I know she not said at some point, I know my dad must have spoken to her and told her, like, it's okay, like these things happen, because my dad would be like, women have these things every day. God said that to my mom. I know my mommy will do, okay, she has heard, but I know, knowing the mother that I have, I know that every night my mother was still praying for Jesus to turn around to turn the CS around and make it and turn it into VB. And it's not like even the vaginal birth was pleasant. It wasn't. It was a terrible experience. Beautiful but terrible. The doctor said it was two placentas, and then I looked at my husband, and then we said, okay, maybe it's hidden. And then the woman was like, it's not hidden. Like she saw it immediately. She opened, because we wanted to believe it was something was hiding somewhere. Maybe that's the reason the other machines did not pick it up in the scans, the previous scans that are done. Hearing that it's not hidden, it's just there, like it's bold, it's there. I did not know what to say. May God forgive my husband and I, because on our way home, we yabbed that doctor. May God forgive. We were supposed to go back and tell that doctor, sorry. Oh, like she's a quack. Yeah, I said, I don't know why my doctor sent me to this place. So this is the hospital says has to be. Oh, no, I don't want to work. Oh, no, go medicine school up wife for book. Hey, God, forgive us. We're supposed to be Christians. Like, we said all that, and I went to the hospital, gave my doctor the report, and he said, we tried to get an explanation from him, like, why is this? Why is it saying this? And it's like, sometimes this medicine, sometimes medical things, there's no explanation. My doctor wasn't really forthcoming with any, there didn't seem to be any explanation. We just wrapped it up to, okay, let's see on delivery day what would happen. Okay. So I went up, got ready, checked my items were okay, told my parents I was having, my siblings when I was having the baby. I know that day my daughter was clocking 2. So why my daughter was celebrating her birthday, I was at the hospital having her brothers. It was beautiful. There was no time. And then my friends later said, you were wondering, Coco, episode queen. Coco has not come to come and write how God gave her the daughter of all daughters, because every year I make it a tradition to go over the whole story again. It's not tiring. I go over it. So there was no post from me, no nothing. I was in the hospital having my boys. And then we got into the room. So my doctor allowed me, I sought permission. I told them I wanted to have the process recorded, or at least some of it. And they agreed. And so the fibroid thing, even though then it was a problem, I'd asked my doctor, like, is this going to get taken out? And he said no, because of maybe so to avoid too much blood loss and all that. Because sometimes I'm always is it anemic? I'm always having this thing where my blood is never enough, and I don't know why. It's never enough. Every time, throw back to NYSC time, I wanted to donate blood to skip exercises, because when you give blood, you don't do exercise, you just be sleeping. I went there to do, they tested me, and then they even said I don't have enough for myself, let alone give it to somebody. I don't know why I'm always talking my blood. I want to go to that. People should let me leave me alone. I never blood, let me rest. So this time, I know, and then the doctor said no, too much blood loss and all that. Maybe another time I'd have the surgeries. I said, okay, so had the babies, but lo and behold, I was surprised. I don't know if it was a gift from my doctor or if it was the Holy Spirit that whispered to my doctor and said, just take out this fibroid. It's fine. It's okay. the surgery will be successful. Just take it out for this guy. I don't know, maybe the Holy Spirit whispered to him because they ended up taking out one of the fibers, the big one. I think the other one was small. They removed the major one. I've got pictures of how that's messy, but very what preserving, a memory worth preserving, you know. So they did all that. I was really scared. I mean, when they're talking about this vaginal birth and CSN, they make it look like the CS thing is so easy, like lazy women are the ones who have who undergo cesarean section. No, not at all. That thing is I was scared. Like I had this fear. I was just going like, what was just this fear? They tried to relax me, the atmosphere, the music, calming, soothing. They made me feel comfortable. My doctors did their best, and then administered what they were supposed to do to numb me. Started doing the thing and all that. When they brought out the baby, I heard when they mentioned the time, and then the second one. Although my doctor had pre-informed us that the second baby may likely need oxygen when he comes out because of some but okay, well, and there's also the likelihood that they may be placed in incubators or something for a time being, but none of that happened. They ended up not being. God is big. I serve a living God, though. Even the devil knows. I serve a living God. A God that works, does medical wonders. Because, yeah, if your doctors are good, it is God who has made it so. So I always take back all the glory. I don't feel to do that to God. And then I had that about at the end of the surgery, something happened. I was really fine. I'd even taken a picture with the first twin. I think I saw while we were working on the second twin. And then later I started feeling this cold. I had it happens to women, this strange cold that comes. Mine was really intense. I asked for a duvet. It was really cold, and shaking. And then the next thing, it felt like I don't know, something happened. I think it had to do with whether my heart failed or something. I don't know, but something happened where I blacked out. They gave me something that was supposed to stop the cold and then make me fine, but I don't think it worked. And then I think they went into a bit of panic mood. I know because my husband was later telling me that when he came out of the theater, he asked how I was, and there was no response on that part. But he told him the babies were okay. So the last thing I remembered was when they were lifting me from the bed. I was hearing one, two. Was it CPR? I can't really remember. It's all fuzzy now, but I blacked out and then woke up later. So when I woke up, the first thing when I could speak and I came to my senses. The first thing I did was ask my husband how many placentas because my husband, knowing the husband I had already asked the doctor how many. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribers of Lifestyle with Coco, I tell you, and I kid you not, 2 placentas. How? Is it that all the other scans I was having, something was wrong with the machines that none of them, as plenty as the scans were, none of them could pick it? No. Is it that it was only this last one that I went to that I even called a quack or a fake doctor? Then I saw so many things were running through my head. I didn't know, like, okay, let's look at this now. Okay, let's say it was hidden and it was 2, but 1 was not visible to the human eye. Why do they have TTTS? TTTS, twin to twin transfusion syndrome, apparently can only happen. I researched on it and everything. Can only happen if the babies are sharing one. So if they are sharing, if it was 2 all this why they will not have TTTS. Then if they have TTTS, it means there was nothing. It was just confusing. My husband and I tried to go over it in our head. My mom just said, "Why are we worried? There were children, no? Some of the children. God when they give a womb children to people when they go talk say no get womb to born. And a placenta now God no go fit grow overnight." And that's just like you see the knowledge of these people. You see it that I don't know how some of you see it, but me, I know. Like I don't in my work with God. There's nothing anyone can tell me. There's a God that does miraculous things. I believe in the supernatural. I believe in strange occurrences happening to prove that there's some supreme mighty being up there overseeing our affairs. Yes. So we've had cases where women they've been told that there's no womb, they can't carry babies, and they end up carrying babies. So really, truly, like my mother said, what is mere placenta that God cannot grow overnight for Coco so that her babies can come and I will be fine. And then all of this is all to the glory of the Most High. So that's that. So hearing people the way they describe it and the way they say it, one would think CS is so easy and it's for lazy women and all that. No, I'm not bored. So nobody can come and tell me anything. I've done vagina bed, I've done cesarean session. So experience, but I know no one is easy, you know. But please, the pain that comes after is the like post surgery. Ha! I'm almost inclined to even lean towards the vagina bed because it wasn't easy. I mean, that one at least I was able to get up, I was able to do things around like that very day, and all. But with this years, I felt so helpless. First of all, I was just tied to a bed, with all those different machines strapped to me, maybe because of the thing that had happened with my heart and everything. And then later it was just a lot, just drugs here and there, when they took inside here, when they took inside here, the thing was just too much. It wasn't so I thought it would just cut here, bring the baby, here's your baby, you are fine, your body's okay. Mm-mm. So please, nobody should, no more condemnation for women who have CS. No more, please. It's just as painful. There's a lot with it too. It was hard because my mom is not so strong. She's had some medical issues and all. So being at home, it was a lot because my partner and I had to juggle between, okay, our daughter was old enough to start school, and then he has to be back home, taking her to school. We made the decision for me to move to my parents. It'll be easier there. My mom can care for my dad because it's just the both of them at home. None of my siblings are around in the same city. So it was hard. I feel like I had to heal quickly. I will myself to heal quickly. There was no time to lie on the bed and enjoy small. I said no. So at night I would struggle to hold the curtain rail, get up the burglary proof or whatever. Get up, go pee, do this. Women, it's a lot. I don't know, for people who don't have mom. My mom was really, God bless my parents. They were really helpful, and then the whole caring. It's really noisy. Like I said, don't eat tapas. People are tapping, twin tappers. We are tapping. This is not palm wine, though. This is hard. So if you're not strong already, don't be careful what you wish for. Don't tap. The beautiful thing about my friend, I forgot to mention the part. Do you know I was having a conversation with my friend who's relocated to Canada. I was telling her in the car, like, we're talking about twin babies, and she was like, actually, born twins, it go good. And I was like, it won't be bad though. If God just give me twins, no, I'm not going to mind. I was pregnant with twins then. I did not know. You see, this God. And then so back to post surgery. I tried to. It was a lot. That's not being able to do certain things for yourself, and then struggling to try to help my mom, even though she insisted, leave her, I go do her. But I just thought that man, the workload can kill this woman. She has other children she's here to do a go for. So I had to will myself to do. And then people have just notion when they look at me, and I come off as this. So they do like millipede, so miele woman like this one of you work. So excuse you. I am a strong woman. Delicate, yes, but strong. I am a super mom. And no one that no one can take that from me. Coco, take your flowers. Manager, give me my flowers. So that's it. So after a couple of months, I healed. My husband used to shuffle between almost like every 2 days or 3, come see the kids, go back, pick our daughter. It was a lot because at this point, we didn't even have a car anymore. We didn't have a car, so it was a lot. The taxi fare, the cab fares was expensive. At some point, my dad had to insist, like, no, you have to take one car from the compound to help with. And my husband, my husband is a classic example of silver and gold. I may have none for now, but what I have is pride. That's my husband. His pride, his ego is big. Let me keep this one first. So he didn't want to refuse, kept refusing. At some point, my dad insisted, and he had to do it because it was a lot. And then I stayed like 3 months plus, and we came home. At those first nights, I'd really love to share clips from those first nights where, the waking up with my mom handling one, and then me handling one, and then sometimes she will roll while she's making the food. Both of them will wake up this night, and my own twins. If this one turns head like this one will turn head like this. Their own kind of identical is beyond identical. They're like, I don't know how to describe it, but then I struggled with breastfeeding. It was a thing. I had this thing where I don't lactate. I don't know. But okay, maybe I'll talk about that in another edition. After about 3 months and all that, I came back home. I was ready to come back home so that my mom could rest. I came back home, and then another phase began with just me, my husband, and 3 babies. No maid, no help. nothing to do, no relative really living around. Ha! It talk about strain. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. If asked to choose between both procedures, I think I know which I would choose in my heart. But I'm not going to say it out. I don't want to cause any unnecessary argument. But I think what I know, it was a lot juggling between both. So he had to make sure and ensure. He said, I sleep at night. I shouldn't wake up at night. He will do the feeding at night so that during the day when I'm up and about and doing other things, at least at night I can sleep. So I wasn't waking up at night. He was doing the 9 parts. And then we'll have to still wake up, prepare my daughter for school, and then get the twins ready. It was a lot. But I'm grateful. They're over a year now. And in fact, today makes it like a year, 2 months. And I'm looking back at the journey and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that the TTTS thing did not stand, whether it was there or wasn't there. I don't care anymore as long as my children are safe. Oh, glory to God, and thanks to medical personnel. And I feel like and more subsequent episodes I'll be doing a lot on this CS VB thing, some of this needs surrounding needs, some of this arguments we've had surrounding it where women are condemned for doing one and not the other, and then even pregnancy related issues. There's a whole lot. They're sweeping a lot of things under the rug. Women and Nigerian, African women, scratch that, Nigerian women, maybe other African women in Rwanda and Botswana and Namibia and the rest, maybe they allow them to speak. You see, here in Nigeria, we are supposed to pen, we're not allowed to express ourselves. No, I'm about to break out of that. I will talk. Like, there's a lot of things that they hide. There's a lot that comes to the pregnancy that affects everything. We don't talk about it enough. We need to learn. What about postpartum depression? It's a thing. It's a thing where some women, I've heard stories where some women look at their babies and feel like they want to just kill them or throw them or do all that. Yes, I didn't have all of that, but I had a certain level of, I don't know, I'll just carry my baby and cry. Things happen to lots of women like that. There's stories, even your sex life. We don't talk about these things enough. We don't, and the thing is, it will be unfair to the other gender, to the sons of Adam, not to include them in this conversation and be like, it's not only the women. Truly, the men also suffer certain things. There's a lot of things that I don't want to review this. So you keep watching and watching and watching, call people to watch. We'll talk about all of these things. There's a lot hidden in pregnancy, the journey, the effects on the couple, the young couple, how it was during the time of our mothers. I don't know how they handled it, but now that people are more enlightened, more there's exposure and everything, it's best to talk about these things. People should stop hiding in their closets, being afraid to speak. I mean, 1 minute you're this vibrant young girl with a healthy sex life, and then when you have babies, you notice that you no more want sex, or even if you want it, it feels like your body is there's a lot going on, and we'll talk about all of it. That's why I call it unfiltered reality, lifestyle with Coco. So I basically just be using my own life to showcase things that I'm sure hundreds of other women can relate to. There's some that have different experiences from mine, but there's some that also have same experiences as mine. So I'll be like the voice of the voiceless, the voice of the timid women. I'll talk. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and please stay locked in yet another episode. Don't forget to like, to follow, to share, to subscribe, to comment, just interact on our platform. It promises to be very enlightening, informative, educational, interesting. What's the word? There's gossip, there's gist. I like to gist, so there's going to be a lot of gisting on this channel. Thank you.